Geometry OST Spring 2023 release date test items number 16. It says select the boxes to identify whether each statement is always, sometimes, or never true. So statement 1, a square has 4 right angles. So this is a picture of a square. I'm sure you know it very well. A square has 4 congruent angles, which makes them all right angles, and it has 4 congruent sides. So a square always has 4 right angles. Next, a square has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Well, a square is an example of a parallelogram. A parallelogram, by definition, has 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. So something like this. So the same thing is true for a square as well, right? These 2 sides are parallel, they'll never touch, and so are these 2 sides. So that is always true. Next, a parallelogram has 4 congruent sides. This is not always true. If you look at this picture, these 4 sides are not always congruent. However, there is special examples. A square is an example of a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. Also, a rhombus is an example. So a rhombus is a square kind of slanted, but in a rhombus, all 4 sides are congruent. So this statement is sometimes true. Again, it could be a rhombus or a square. A parallelogram has 4 right angles. Again, if you look at this parallelogram up here, this is not always true. However, if you are a square or if you are a rectangle is also a parallelogram, and it also has 4 right angles. It just doesn't have 4 congruent sides like a square. But these are 2 examples where a parallelogram does have 4 right angles. So that is sometimes true. And then a parallelogram has 2 pairs of congruent opposite sides. This is always true. A parallelogram has opposite sides parallel, and it also has opposite sides congruent. So that is always true. And there we go.